What's going on? How we doing? Will that stay there? I'll put it right there. How we doing, everybody? Doing all right? Back from lunch? All right, so stop selling houses, start building relationships. I say that easily 30 times a day. The reason is I started a team about 7 years ago. Took a little while to get some momentum, got a few agents, got some great people that were not great salespeople. Sold a lot of houses, had a lot of early success, and eventually the market shifted. Times got tough. Some of the fantastic salespeople we have leave, as they tend to do. And we found ourselves in a place where I'm like, there's got to be a better way than the entire team relying on a few in our top third to carry the weight for everybody. There's a lot of great customer service-based people in this business that are not necessarily great salespeople. How do I tap into that? So when times get tough, we start looking at ourselves. We look inward. There's holes all over the boat. I used to give Tiffany a tough time. She's got systems on top of systems on top of systems. I just teach people how to sell. Well, when times get tough, that didn't work anymore. So I spent 2023 really just redoing everything. And what I learned is with the great people in this business that are relationship-driven already, that are not necessarily great salespeople, I may not be able to train them to be great salespeople. Interesting fact, Tiffany, another real estate coach friend of ours, did an unofficial study years ago. And it takes you about 9 hires to find a great agent. What are we going to do with those other 8 people? Right? Kick them out? I found a better way than that. So here's the deal. We're going to learn a ton today. We're going to hear about AI. We're going to hear about all the advancements in technology. All of these things, how to harness AI, how to build our databases, all these great things we're going to hear. If we can't get a hold of and nurture those clients when they finally make their way to us, what good is any of this stuff that we're learning today? So, the idea is we're opening our playbooks today, so this is my playbook. Maybe it worked for you, maybe it doesn't. Maybe some of you are doing some of this stuff. I promise there will be some nuggets in here that you're probably not using. If you can walk away with 1 or 2 little nuggets, that's my job is done. So let's get on with it. A little proof in the numbers. So this is my team. Listen, have a little grace here. I did not take these pictures expecting one day to be doing a presentation with them. So one is literally a picture of a screen. But you can see our Zillow numbers. The target was 11.4. The chart goes up to, 27, and we're at 29. You can see Movoto Pro Plus, #1 in the country. So what we're doing works, right? Just to give you a little proof of proof in the pudding, so to speak. Timelines shift when the emotions are charged. It's so important. We're going to talk about it a little bit later as well. But I think early on, we're looking to sell a house. First things we're doing when we're talking to a consumer is, hey, you just clicked on this button. Are you interested in seeing that house? Do you want to buy that house? Do you want to buy another house? You want me to send you some other houses you want to see? We're trying to figure out when, right? We've gotten away from figuring out when. Let that take care of itself. Most agents are trying to hit a moving target when it comes to that. What my agents do, and yours probably do, is the same. I see them, well, Micah says, cut it in half, right? The consumer said 12 months. So if I cut it in half and say 6 months, they're going to be ready. Then I call them in 4 months. Maybe I'll hit them at the right time. And whether we do that consciously or subconsciously, we're not working on the relationship. We're missing the relationship. We're trying to time the purchase. So overcoming objections is something we practice a lot, right? How many of us practice overcoming objections? Role play. How many role play with your teams? What if I told you you never have to role play again? What if I told you you never have to overcome another objection? I mean, that's not true, but here's what we're doing. We're giving the objection up front. Right off the bat, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, listen, I know it's a terrible time for you. It's right here, right after lunch. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, terrible time, I'm not going to keep you. Right off the bat, we're acknowledging, you know how I know it's a bad time? Because it doesn't matter what time of day it is, it's a bad time. Your friends don't want you to call them, much less us, right? It's always a bad time. It doesn't matter. So I know it's a bad time. I'm not going to keep you. Right off the bat, we're disarmed. Hey, you get it? I'm almost taking a stance of, sometimes I'll throw in there, I got an appointment in just a second anyways, I got to run, so I'm not going to be able to keep you. I'm too busy to sell you anything right now, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. Number 2, we go in with, listen, if you're like most folks that pop into our website, you're probably a good 3 to 6 months out, maybe even a year, maybe more. Does that sound like you? Who in here is not looking to buy a house, whether it's your primary residence or an investment property, in the next 3 to 6 months, maybe a year or more? Sometime before you die, who's not going to buy another house? This is literally everyone. There is almost no way to get an answer but a yes right here. This is, if you don't use another script that I have, this is it. I don't care if they're portal leads and they're ready to see a house tomorrow. Find a way to work this in. This says, I care about you, about the relationship. I care to be a resource. I'm not trying to sell you something. Funny thing about that, the more you build their trust, the faster you end up selling a house. These people tell us they're 12 months out. And if we can build their trust, how often do we find out that they were actually 60 days out? Right? It's just a knee-jerk reaction. It's an objection. I own these objections. These are mine. You don't have to think of it. I don't have to sit here and play catch and say, well, which objection? Are they going to give me rates? Are they going to say it's not the right time? Are they going to say, I don't have to do that. I've given them the objections. They say, yeah, that's it. That's me. I'm not ready right now. It's going to be later. Perfect. I don't have to guess at what it's going to be. Now, lastly, listen, while I've got you, my system is designed to start sending you properties based on what you looked at. If you're like a lot of people, you might have looked at a $2 million home and a $100,000 home. My system starts emailing you $1.2 million properties, and you might be a $500,000 buyer. Do you have 1 second to tell me what you will be looking for when you're ready to purchase? Everybody got that slide? Here's why. Because everything needs to stay in the future tense. Do not, you'll mess this up. You'll say, how many bedrooms do you need? And they'll say, I was just looking. I don't need anything. My bad. When you're ready in a year or two, how many will you? Oh, well, I will need 4 beds. Okay, great. They'll remind you that we're not supposed to be in the present tense. Keep it in the future. This is all breaking down those barriers. It's taking the nerves out of the whole conversation that you're not here to sell me something right now. Just did that. Here we go. All right, the question that really opens everything up. What is it about your current home that isn't working for you? Here's what's important about this. Never, ever, ever ask, what don't you like about your house? I don't care if they're renting an apartment. They made a decision to go sign a 3-year contract. They don't want to feel like they did something wrong. They love their home if they're homeowners. They don't want to feel like their home was ever a mistake. So never make it feel like a mistake. But that doesn't mean it's suiting your needs today. So what is it about your current home that's not working for you? There's no way to answer this question. If I'm after a relationship now, right? We got our foot in the door. Now we're after a relationship. There is almost no way to answer this question without telling me something personal about yourself. I got bad knees. I can't do stairs anymore. I got a bad back. Stairs are out. Family's growing. Me and my wife are pregnant. We got to get out of this apartment. All personal things, right? Kids are gone to school. They're all working professional careers now. We need to downsize. That's our opportunity. So many of us say, great, tell me about the house again. Now let's go back about, that's not the time. Build the relationship. Leave the house alone. Stop selling houses. On my team, when agents get off the phone, I say that was an awful call. You know why that was a terrible call? And they all know it. They all know exactly why. Because I was trying to sell a house. You were, and it was so uncomfortable. You were uncomfortable. I felt stressed out. They felt stressed out. Cut it out. Did you hear that guy tell you he just had a diagnosis that was not great, and that's why he needs to wait nine months? Why didn't you go a little bit deeper? And we don't want to get personal, right? We don't want to dive too much into their personal, but I teach them to go one deeper. Every question you ask about them, and they get a response, don't go right back to another question about the house. Tell me more about that. Go one deeper in what they just told you about their personal lives. Don't go too deep. Don't get creepy. Keep it about the house. Always have a reason to call back. All right. I'm going to do it here. I was going to do it a little later. If you're anybody working Zillow leads or portal leads that call right in, pet peeve of mine. Call comes in. Someone asks a question about a property or want to see the house or whatever it is. Hang on a second. And you start hearing rustling. Papers rustling, things clanging around. Give me a second. Let me get my computer open. Clack, 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 clack. Hang on a second. Let me sign in. Let me get my password in. Give it a second. System's coming up. Stop trying to answer their questions. That's for later. Have a conversation. Get up and walk away from your computer. Sorry, I'm not in front of my computer right now, but keep telling me about you. I'll get those answers for you. You know why? Because a relationship requires multiple touches. If you go on a first date and it was a great date and you don't call them back for 3 months, are you going to get another date? Probably not. You need multiple touches. So I'm going to find a reason that I need to call you tomorrow. And if I'm not in front of my stuff right now, if they get the answer, where are they going? How much longer are they going to be on the phone once they get the answer? None. Bye. Thanks. Got it. Click. So they need to hear back from me tomorrow. Find a reason. If they're not those immediate leads, there's always a reason. There's always a question that they have. Stop having all the answers. Pro tip. All right, this is kind of a little bit off topic. Some of you probably do this already. If you get those people that get really specific about a house, and it's something that just doesn't exist. I live by the beach, so we get phone calls all the time. $350,000 oceanfront. Yeah, you're not getting anything $350 in Virginia Beach, much less anywhere near the ocean. So we get a lot of these. So something that I do is I go search the last 6 months. Let me go see if this house has existed. Have we sold anything like this in town in the last 6 months? 20 sales? Great, we're on the right track. When you're ready, in 6 months, 9 months, whenever it is, there will likely be some options for you. 2 in the last 6 months, and they were both teardowns? Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, we might want to rethink what we're looking for the next couple of months. Doing a historical search can tell you a lot. How am I looking on time? I'm good. All right. We've talked about them remembering us today. This is the most simple thing that you can do. If you're not doing this, stop not doing this. Does that make sense? This is so easy. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, if you're like me, you're really bad with names. Matter of fact, if you could put me on speakerphone right now, I make them do it while I'm talking to them. If you tell them to do it later, they will not do it. Can you put me on speakerphone right now? I just sent you a copy of my contact card. I've saved my first name as Realtor Micah Laurendeau. I don't know if you're terrible with names the way I am, but if you need to reach out to me tomorrow or the next day or 2 weeks from now and you can't remember my name, just go to R for Realtor. Realtor Micah, I'll be right there. The easiest thing you can do, you talk about actionable things you can do today, go change your CRM right now and put your name as Realtor whoever. Easiest thing you can do today. We like to think these people remember us, you guys. Anybody been in this business long enough knows they don't. You have a 45-minute conversation with somebody. You have a great conversation. You call them back tomorrow. It's Micah. How you doing? Who? Micah. We talked for 45 minutes. Told me all about the grandkids. I don't know if I remember that. I'm not as special as I thought I was. All right, we're back to this. Timeline shifts when emotions are charged. The reason we don't worry about timelines early on is because I don't care. I don't care if it's 12 months. I don't care if they're legitimately 12 months out. As soon as they see the house of their dreams, they will move mountains. It's got to change today. That catalyst that gets them in the game is what changes everything. This is where push listings are massive for my team. And probably the most underused or under-talked about. I don't know, maybe everybody uses them as much. I don't hear enough people talking about push listings. Ylopo's push listings are incredible. Just grab one or two. Don't send a ton. Grab one or two. We will send a text message with the link, especially if it's someone that you don't have a great relationship with just yet. People are apprehensive sometimes to click on links. But we'll reference the email that we also just sent with the same exact links. Now, if you see an email from someone and a text message from them, and it matches up, and you had a conversation with that guy yesterday or 2 weeks ago, you're going to feel a little bit more confident about clicking on that link. So we do it both. We send them both. One or two at a time. Hey, just thinking about you. I know we're I know we're 12 months out. I was just thinking about you, though, and these are probably some of the types of homes you're going to like when you're ready. Just wanted you to see these. Another thing, too, you guys, we get so offended. I don't know if offended is the right word. Disappointed when people don't respond to us. We think they don't care. Let me tell you right now, they do. If you've had a conversation with someone and they know who you are, you don't need to reply every time you send a text for them to appreciate what you're doing. So just be a little bit encouraged by that. Keep doing what you're doing. Send homes early and often with a soft message. No meeting, no relationship. That's it. If you wait 12 months to meet with these people, you're going nowhere. I got to probably step on it a little bit here. 3 ways to get a meeting. Number 1, show the contingent home. God, man, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, this house is already under contract. Sorry. Okay, bye, click. There goes your opportunity. Show it. Call the agent. Hey, Danielle, I see your house is under contract. Congratulations on that. It's probably a real strong offer. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm seeing, man. Buyers are walking, they're squirrely lately. They're walking away for no reason. Before home inspection, like, it's wild. Have you noticed that? Listen, my folks love this house. Would you mind if I showed it one more time? I know it's a little bit inconvenient, but one more time, maybe for a backup offer. I've actually won multiple, because instead of you having to go back on market, you just give me a call. Yeah, sure. Show the house, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. Pressure's off. It's your first one. You're probably not going to buy your first one anyway. Statistically speaking, you're not going to buy your first house. So the pressure's off. Now, if you happen to love it, there are no backup offers. We could be the only backup offer on the table. It's a meeting, you guys. I just got a meeting. Everybody's happy. Let's use this house as an example. You walk through, no pressure now. You tell me what you love. You tell me what you hate. Right? It's a no-brainer. Show the contingent house. Now, don't go show 8 contingent homes tomorrow. That's not a good use of your time. But periodically, it's okay to show a contingent home, and especially for that first meeting. Number 2, test the waters. Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I realize that you're 12 months out. Here's what I've seen happen too frequently. For the next 10 months, you're going to be looking at homes in certain neighborhoods that you think you may like. And I'm in a military town, so people are in and out. They don't know, a lot of people don't know the area that well. They're in for 3 years, they're gone. So you may be looking around at homes that do not fit. Day 1, typically, when we go out shopping for homes, is not a productive day. I mean, it is, in that we learn what the market's all about, but we don't usually find the house of our dreams. We usually have to regroup. It's usually not a great day. It's a learning day. You realize that big, beautiful house is not in the kind of neighborhood you want to be in. Or you thought that part of town was okay, but it's 2 streets over from... So why don't we get that out of the way right now? Why don't we get that day nipped in the bud right now? Why don't we go look at 4 or 5 houses today? Let's just make sure we're targeting the right ones for when you are ready in 12 months. So for the next 10 months now, you'll know exactly what you need to be looking for. It's a meeting. I just want a meeting. I also know once people get the bug, they're buying a house. Once they start getting in homes and feeling them and seeing them, those timelines change because the emotions are getting charged. Buyer strategy meetings, don't sleep on these. Y'all call them buyer consultations. I call them buyer strategy meetings. They're back. We used to do these once upon a time. Listen, guys, people crave relationships, man. The more technology is introduced, the more people are looking to connect one-on-one. So much of our lives. And now, the videos you're watching aren't even real people. Right? The videos you're watching are AI. More and more people are, and that's great. That's gonna rocket fuel our industry. But don't think that they don't crave human interaction. They do. You'd be surprised how many people say, I would love that. Nobody's offered that. Everybody's just trying to get me in the house and sell me something. Nobody's offered for me to come in and sit with them. Don't underestimate that. All right, let me throw a little plug in here. If you guys aren't using Maverick, you need to check it out. I'm not going to go into the weeds. It does so much. One of my favorite things that it does is it nudges the agents. We've had, funny thing, I've had people at Maverick ask about agent adoption, and are they taken to it well? Are they annoyed by it or irritated? I'm like, no, my agents kind of love it, honestly. And I think it's how you present it. For my team, smart lists are fantastic, right? How many people have Follow-Up Boss? That's everybody. Look at that. Smart lists are great. If you're using your smart lists, you won't get nudged. If the nudges bother you, we have a problem we need to talk about, because that means you're not trying to make money. What the nudge says to my team is, it's like a friend walking up behind you saying, hey man, there's a $10,000 bill about to fall out of your pocket. How many of you are going to be annoyed with that person? Why are you bothering me? No. Thanks, dude. You're my best friend. Appreciate it, right? That's all a nudge is. Maverick nudges are a big deal. That's it. Any nuggets you guys think you might be able to use? I hope that worked out for us. Thank you, guys.